All right, Successful Indie Author 5-Minute Focus, episode 235, Leveling Up. Might be a little bit of hesitation and jamming. Still, we'll do our best. Leveling up is you level up your business, you scale up your ad. And it's not just a question of doing more of the same. Hey, we've been successful. We got up to $1,000 a month of gross. Now we got to look at the profitability. Okay, $500 profitability. Next month we make $1,000 and we got $700 of profitability. And then how do we double that? So $1,400 of profitability. This is what we're looking for. That kind of leveling up, going from 1,000 to 2,000 to 5,000 to 10,000 in a month. It's doable. It is doable, but it's not a question of doing more of the same. Hey, I wrote a book. Let me just jam more books and do this stuff. It's mindset. It's mindset that to move forward in a business, you have to treat it like a business. You still have to be creative. You still have great stories. You still have to reach out and touch your audience, the readers. You've got to touch them right in the feels, because how they feel when they read a book is what they'll remember. They'll remember the characters, they'll remember these other things, but they really remember how they feel, how it made them feel. And those are the best books. Oh man, I want to go back and read that again because I want to feel that way again. This is what you're doing. So you're taking that book, but now it's a business. How do we reach more readers? How do we and that base? How do we control the message of this story and the next story and expand? How do we get readers excited about this book and talking to other readers? Those are business elements. That's a business mindset. It's not just the emotion of, hey, here's a great book and everybody's excited and talking about it. That's cool, but you can manage some of that and you can encourage it. So it's a business. You have to spend to receive. It takes me to make money. So when you first start out, you can do it at no cost, at absolutely no cost, and then work your way up using those profits. So your profitability may be about zero that first year as you throw all that money back into your business. You reinvest. So then your costs, and then your tax man cometh at the end of the year and you're saying, hey, you didn't make anything, but you're set up for the next year. And this is what a lot of people do. It took 13 books and 12 months before I was profitable, but I put high-end covers on everything. I got, I had an agreement with an editor that I paid ahead of time. Here, just edit 100,000 words for me each month. And those kind of spends that helped build a foundation on that business. And that 13th month was a 5-figure month. And I have never been under 5 figures since. Business, good stories, business, get better at your business. This is how you level up. And lower ROI, like I said, as you plunge money back into your business, as you're building it as a business while still being creative, while still writing great stories, you might have a lower ROI. So that first year, yeah, I took in, not that much, like 25, 30,000, still not bad, but I spent 25, 30,000. I think I made 3,000 that first year total. And taking in like 30,000, I spent 27,000. Holy cow, how can you do that? Well, you can do that by setting yourself up for future years. So you might have a lower ROI as you're scaling up, or return on your investment. Leverage what works and embrace what is in your control. And it took me a few years to get this part right. Even though I was making good money, I need to build my list. I need to keep building my list. I need to build that list, 10,000, 20,000 people, and keep going, because that's in my control. Those are the fans who are going to buy the book when it first released. Those are the fans who are going to buy it when you put it on sale. And every new fan is an opportunity to introduce them to your backlist and get the fan excited and talking about, hey, I love this series. Boy, I can't wait for another series that hits me in the feels just like this series did. Those are cool things. So that's something that you need to embrace and build on. What made you successful? You can leverage that, but it's not just more of the same. I need to write 2 books a month now. I need to write 4 books a month now. Don't kill yourself, because that's not a good way to run a business either. Because if you keel over from stress or anxiety or panic, guess who's not writing any books, and guess who's not publishing? And then you can't make money off a book you didn't publish. Farm out the tasks that do not on your time. There's some things that are mundane that even just generating that first draft of the newsletter, if that takes so long, find somebody else to do it at a price that I make more per hour than what I'm going to pay this person. So that works for me. Farm out those tasks. 5 minutes already. Farm out those tasks that don't give you the biggest return on your time investment. If it's writing, hey, 50%. What you'll find is that most of the big authors still spend about 50% of their time writing because they are the product. And that leads into the lesson of more books. In 2019, I expanded my business. I had a bunch of collaborations going. I published 30 books in the first 6 months. I was dying. The costs were extreme. I was making no money. They weren't resonating with the fans, not like my personal books. So the last 6 months saved that year. Otherwise, I wouldn't have made anything. It would have been a trashed year after a $300,000 year in 2018. 2019 was a lot less than that, a lot less. So many costs, so much stress. Oh, yeah. Also had heart problems and then had to have heart surgery after that. So it wasn't more books because that my revenue went down, my profitability went way down because I thought, hey, more books. This is going to be no, that wasn't what I was doing right. What I was doing right is I wrote my own stories, and those last 6 books that I wrote for the rest of that year, they carried the year because my readers wanted my stuff. They didn't want my stuff with another name on it because it wasn't exactly the same. The lesson is, maybe more books isn't the right answer. Maybe it's more of what you're doing right. And that is a good story. So even if I had 4 of them in 6 months, that would have been far, far better because I could intentionality of launch, better engagement with the books, better build up for each launch, as opposed to, hey, new book. It's Monday, new book. It's Monday, new book, Monday, new book. Oh my God, I was overwhelming my readers. And so my overall revenue, I published 4 books in a month and my overall revenue went down, let alone profitability of paying for 4 covers, paying for 4 editing, all went down. So it's not necessary. It's not just, hey, let's do more books. That's the answer. No, it's the leverage the right things. This is what leveling up is all about. Scaling up, you're going to have to pay for ads. It's pay to play now. As you get to the higher levels, to get to 1,000, 2,000, maybe even 10,000 a month, you can do that off your own list and off your own fans. Beyond that, now you got to start expanding, find more fans, and that there's a price to that. All right, everybody. Peace, fellow humans.